as you can see, the cart is pretty well finished. One of the things I wanted to do was talk about the centrifugal clutch, which is right here. This clutch operates when you step on the gas, the engine, which spins the shaft inside here, and that throws a series of weights outward. And when those weights are thrown outward, that engages this drivetrain. One of the problems that we had when we got the clutch was that it would lock up too fast and the engine couldn't idle. So what I want to do is I want to spend some time and talk about how to adjust the clutch in case you get it. You may get it like we did, where it just instantly wants to lock up at the lowest speed and then you can't have idle. The way it should work is you start the engine, it idles and idles and idles, and then when you step on the gas, once you step on the gas, it should take off. It shouldn't engage when the thing is idling. So let's do that. The first thing I need to do is, the easiest way to get the clutch apart is I'm just going to pop the master link apart here on the chain. Take that off, and I'm going to take off the guide for this, like so. Okay, now I've got my chain off, and it'll allow me to slide the clutch off. Now the clutch is held on to the shaft of the engine by a set screw, which is back here, but we're not going to really even touch that. What we're going to do is we're going to take the clutch apart, and the clutch itself is held together by this clip. There, I've gotten the clip off. Now you can see that it's a clip where you need or retaining ring. It's an external retaining ring. What you're going to need is, you're really going to need a pair of retaining ring pliers. You can try to do this with needle nose pliers or 2 fine tip screwdrivers. You're going to drive yourself crazy. So here's a wonderful opportunity to buy another tool. They make these so that as you press, the clip gets wider. There's also a set that as you press, the 2 bins get close together, and those are for internal retaining rings. So get both pliers. There's also a set that's convertible too, but as I say, it's a chance to buy another tool, and it's really well worth it. It might be $15 for a pair of these. Now the clutch will slide off, and when it slides off, we'll be able to see the construction of it. The whole clutch is coming. Okay, here's the drum. And this drum is what the weights act upon when the clutch engages. And we want to make sure that this is clean and dry. We don't want to oil this too much, because if we do oil it too much, we'll get oil in here. And I think that's what's happened. You can see we have grease in here, so it's a chance for me to clean this up as well. Now what I have is I have the disc that holds the weights in, and I'm going to take that apart also with my retaining ring pliers, which I'm really going to have. There she goes. Okay, now the whole thing is coming apart. This is the plate that keeps everything down. Here are my weights, and as you can see, they're held in a nice ring like that by a spring. And it's the spring that determines when it engages. If these were held very loosely together, then the clutch would engage immediately. If they're held too tightly by the spring, then you might have to rev things up too much and too fast for it to engage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it. And the way to do that is to take it apart. And I think the best thing for me to do with this one is I'm just going to take out one clip, like so. I've essentially tightened the spring up by about 1 wind, which is about about a 1/16 of an inch increase in tension. There. Now I got to put this back together. Now once I get this close, the spring should act to hold them all together, and it has. Now the tricky part here is putting this back together. Oh, now I have my unit with my spring. You'll notice there are notches here. These notches have to fit on either side of these tabs, and this is how it's driven. The engine drives this plate, which drives these weights, which expand when the RPMs are reached, and then they fly outward and engage the inside of this drum. I wanted to show you the inside of this drum. I had a little oil in here, too much oil as a matter of fact. I want to keep this surface clean and dry of oil. The problem is, you'll notice inside is a sintered bronze bearing. It's an oil impregnated bronze bearing, and that really has to be kept relatively lubricated. So what you want to do when the clutch is on the engine, as it would be, let's say now, if I can get it back on, every so often you want to put a drop of oil here, say 10W30 motor oil. But you don't want to put too much, because if you put too much, it'll ooze to the inside here and it'll get slung out and it'll hit this bearing surface, or the friction surface. And that's kind of what happened. I over-oiled it. But now I've cleaned it, and the outsides of these look pretty clean too. So now I'm going to put it back together.